Oh, how you doing?
Good, buddy.
Jefferson County Court at Law Number 2 is now in session with the special review docket. The first case is Kendarian Charles Broussard. Mr. Broussard has 4 cases. They are cause numbers 327110, cause number 327112, cause number 333265, and cause number 333267. All 4 cases, again, are styled the state of Texas versus Kendarian Charles Broussard. Mr. Broussard, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Broussard, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Broussard, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Broussard, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Broussard?
I'm sorry.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, sir. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Broussard, you're represented in your cases by your attorney Joel Vasquez. Attorney Vasquez, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How about yourself?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Vasquez, do you waive a record in Mr. Broussard's cases?
Yes, Your Honor.
And the state is represented by Attorney Lamar Johnson. Attorney Johnson, how are you doing?
I'm blessed, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's good. Now, Mr. Broussard, I have before me in cause number 327110, a document that is titled information. This information alleges that on or about March 9th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of evading arrest, detention. Mr. Broussard, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Broussard, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Broussard, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials, KB, that are on a line next to a box that says check nola contendere, which means no contest. Mr. Broussard, did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next page of the same document, Mr. Broussard, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Broussard, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
On the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification to Defendant's Right of Appeal, Mr. Broussard, there's also a signature at the bottom of this document above the line that is titled defendant. Mr. Broussard, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this same document, Mr. Broussard, there are 2 boxes that are checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Broussard, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir, I am.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 into evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer stage 1.
Any objections?
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 is admitted. Mr. Vasquez, you have advised and counseled Mr. Broussard. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Broussard, your attorney, Mr. Vasquez, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Broussard, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for the defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending confinement in a Jefferson County jail for a period of 30 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the defendant be given credit for the 30 days previously spent in jail, making this a time-served plea agreement, Your Honor. We're also asking that the court use the time served to both tax and retire the court costs Your Honor. And lastly, in conjunction with this plea agreement, Your Honor, the state has moved to dismiss companion case number 333265. Also dismissing case number 327112. And in connection with that, Your Honor, defendant has agreed to forfeit weapon, a Taurus Spectrum pistol, serial number 1F078301. And lastly, Your Honor, we will be moving to dismiss case number 333267. And defendant has agreed to forfeit weapon, a Ruger pistol, serial number 452-95449.
Okay. Mr. Broussard,
Sir.
the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the 30 days that you have already served.
Yes, sir.
The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not have to pay the $327 court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. The state will be dismissing cause number 327112, and the weapon in that case will be forfeited. What agency is it being forfeited to? It's being forfeited to the Beaumont Police Department.
Yes, sir.
And that's the Taurus pistol serial number SN1F078301. And the state will also be dismissing cause number 333265. And the state will also be dismissing cause number 333267. And the weapon in that case will be forfeited to the Beaumont Police Department. And that's the the Rogers, must be the Ruger pistol cause number SN45295449. Now, Mr. Broussard, do
Yes,
you
sir.
understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
And do you think that the state's offer is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Broussard, I'll follow the plea bargain. I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Broussard, this will conclude your cases. Mr. Broussard, if you do not have anything else holding you in jail today, you should be getting out. Please knock on the door and follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You have a blessing as well. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Yeah. Todd Jones. Todd Jones,
Yes, sir.
okay. This is cause number 329182. Style of State of Texas versus Todd Eric Jones. Mr. Jones, is that your full name?
Yes, sir, it is.
Mr. Jones, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Jones, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Jones, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Jones?
I'm doing all right.
That's good. Now, Mr. Yeah, Mr. Jones,
Yes,
I
sir.
have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor, is titled the information. Now, before I get to this document, Mr. Vasquez, do you waive a record in Mr. Jones' case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Jones, in this document that's titled information that was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office, It alleges that on or about December 10th of 2020, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of failure to identify fugitive from justice. Mr. Jones, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir, I do.
And to this charge, Mr. Jones, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. It is also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. On page 2 of this document, there are a set of initials, TJ, that are placed on a line next to a box that's checked nolla contendere, which means no contest. Mr. Jones, did you place your initials TJ on this line?
Yes, sir, I did.
On page 3 of this same line, of this same document, Mr. Jones, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Jones, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir, I did.
On the next document, Mr. Jones, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. At the bottom of this document, there is a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Mr. Jones, did you also sign this document?
Yes, sir, I did.
At the top of this same document, Mr. Jones, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that is checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Now, Mr. Jones, did you also sign a document out there that is titled Discovery Certification?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Jones, before you signed and initial those documents, did your attorney go over those documents? Before you initial and sign all of these documents that I've just mentioned to you, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir, he did.
And did you read and understand everything that he went over?
Yes, sir, I did.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir, they are.
Mr. Jones, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir, I am.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit Number 1 and State's Exhibit Number 2 to probable cause affidavit?
Yes, Your Honor. The state offers States 1 and States 2.
Any objections?
No objections to 1 or 2, Your Honor.
No objections. State's Exhibits 1 and 2 are admitted. Mr. Vasquez, you've advised and counseled Mr. Jones. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, your attorney, Mr. Vasquez, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Jones, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that plea agreement?
Your Honor, in exchange for defendant's plea of no contest in this case, the state is recommending confinement in a Jefferson County jail for a period of 8 days, Your Honor. We're asking that the court give defendant credit for the 8 days previously spent in jail, making this a time-served plea agreement. Your Honor, and lastly, we're asking that the court use the time served to both tax and retire the court costs.
Mr. Jones, the state is offering that you serve 8 days in the Jefferson County jail. However, you would not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County jail on this case because you've already served 8 days in the Jefferson County jail. Therefore, you will be given credit for the time that you have already served in jail. The court cost in this case is $327, but you will not have to pay the $327 court cost because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court cost will be taxed and retired. Mr. Jones, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir, I do.
Mr. Jones, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Now, Mr. Jones, if you do not have anything else holding you in jail, you should be getting out today. Please knock on the door and follow the bailiff, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. Eric Atwood.
Yes, sir. Sit down. Okay.
Travel. Mr.
This
Travel,
is,
sign
this is,
this.